Oh.
Me in this game, we got big plans. Overcoming every challenge. And right now, that means getting by him. It means putting in the time to get faster, to get stronger. One thing is for certain, I will never be outworked.
Enough?
Never.
All right.
Can Morris Elite cement their place atop the Metropolitan Division, or Long Island? Are they going to come and play spoilers? Hello everybody and welcome to today's presentation of Morris Elite Soccer on Morris Sussex Sports and Morris Elite TV. I'm Charlie Brooks alongside Sebastian Bravo. And Sebastian, it is a hot one today. How do you think that impacts the play on the field?
I mean, honestly, that heat will very much impact their, stamina. We're looking at a very hot field, very hot turf. That will definitely impact their playing style. But you know what? We'll have to see.
Yeah, you mentioned that turf always picks up the heat and radiates it even more. So it is very tough to play in these conditions. It's around 88 degrees at kickoff with some sun coming through the clouds. Looks like the weather is supposed to hold off for this game at least. It's the first game of a doubleheader for Morris Elite today in USLW for the first game, and then USL2 later this afternoon. And Sebastian, who's your player to watch for Morris Elite in this game?
I mean, obviously we got to look at, of course, Lauren Wrigley. I mean, she's been the top scorer for this Morris Elite team. The Tar Heel has brought a lot of notice to this Morris Elite team, and let's see if she leads this team to a dub today.
And they definitely need that W after a loss on Wednesday night at Cedar Stars Rush, their first loss of the season. The only points they've dropped other than that game was to this Long Island Rough Riders team, a 0-0 draw in the Morris Elite second game of the season, and it was Long Island's first. Who do you think for Long Island will make an impact in this game when you look at their team?
I'm looking at a really good kind of roster here, but mainly the one sticking out here is Nicole Bermudez, the Mercy College grad. I mean, she's all over the place on this team, and hopefully she's going to carry that impact out in today's match.
Yeah, Bermudez, 5 goals and 1 assist, all in the last 2 games. This Rough Riders team are coming off a absolute blowout of a win on Wednesday night at FA Euro. It was 7-0 in the first half. Both Bermudez and Tarek had hat tricks in the first half. That just tells you the difference between those two sides. And it's a team coming in who's very hot. And as I mentioned in the start, they want to play spoiler. They want their share of the top of the Metropolitan Division at the end of this game.
I mean, definitely. This is definitely a match to watch, the game to watch for this USLW League. I mean, we got 2 competitive teams, very, very powerful in their own right, and let's see who's going to walk away with that win today.
It definitely should be a great game. Both teams are just about gearing up for the national anthem, going to their 2 dressing rooms, and we can maybe just go through the starting lineups a little bit. First, for the visiting Long Island Rough Riders, once they come out, Alana Brennan is getting the start today. She's played 50-50 with Eve Waldhauser, but she will start, the UAlbany grad. In front of her, Amanda Buck, Nina Carlamusto, Sophia Quijada, and Elizabeth Cruz, with Kim Mara, Michelle Weinke, Alexa Schneider, and Jordan Littleboy in midfield, with that front two that we expect of Nicole Bermudez and Salma Tarek. They also, interestingly enough, have a new head coach, as Matt Lannon has stepped in. He was the club's technical director, doing more of the stuff with the Super Y League, but with the head coach Kelsey Hauser giving birth to a young baby boy, they have a new head coach, and hopefully Kelsey Hauser is doing well in her recovery from their birth. Meanwhile, for Morris Elite, led by Stephanie Savino in her first year, Arden Lembrick is making the starting net. And it's been a tough one to choose for Morris Elite between Lembrick and Chase.
I mean, of course, they're both great goalies in their own respects. But I mean, you got to look at the percentages here. It's just like Lembrick's always been in net. She's been the overall choice for this team, and she's been doing well.
And then in front of her, Courtney Root, Olivia Redden, Gabby Garcia, and Danielle Barrino, with Lauren Wrigley, Natalia Ramirez, Elizabeth Gallagher, Natalia Gallo, Katie Coyle, and Bridget Dugetz. The other players rounding out the starting 11 for the hosts, as we're just about ready for the two teams to do their walkout for the national anthem. Morris Elite are wearing the blue jerseys, and the Rough Riders are going to be wearing the white tops with red shorts for this first game of a Morris Elite doubleheader here on Morris Sussex Sports and Morris Elite TV. Referees already maybe just waiting for the starting goalkeeper for Long Island. That was Alana Brennan, was on the near sideline being waved over by the referees for the walkout. And as we've said a lot in this lead-up, Sebastian, this is a game to watch. These two teams so evenly matched, a 0-0 draw last time. What drama do we have today?
I mean, we have two teams that are wanting to fight for their place at the top of this division. I mean, they're both hungry. They both want it, and let's see what they got to show on the field today.
And let's step aside as we're getting ready for the national anthem here at Frederick Douglass Field in Newark, New Jersey, minutes away from Morris Elite and Long Island Rough Riders.
All right, national anthem complete, and we are set for kickoff.
Yeah, just about set. The referees are all ready. Players are getting ready.
Playlist playing loud. Summer heat going down.
Just what you need. This is the real heat of the summer, both figuratively and literally.
Like that. We like that.
The end of the summer season is coming quickly upon us. Next Saturday is the last game of the regular season for Morris Elite. And just looking at the standings coming into this game, when we talk about this being a big one, Morris Elite come into today 7-1-1 on 22 points. Their first place, tied with Queensboro FC, who come here next Saturday for first right now. And Long Island Rough Riders are right on their tails in third place, 6-2-1. They're on 19 points, so they could jump into a three-way tie for first place in the Metropolitan Division if they pull off the win tonight. So the two teams will go into their huddles. Stephanie Savino and Matt Lannon, the two head coaches today. Two prestigious programs in USLW.
See the respective teams going into their team huddles here, trying to get that morale together, getting that spirit to lead them on to their final, if not decisive win in this W League season.
Both of these teams have had some big wins this season. Long Island, when you talk about Giant Killers, they have beat Queensboro earlier this year 1-0. Morris Elite, they've had some interesting games this season. They've split with Cedar Stars, who are currently in fourth place in the division, and they want that bounce back. It is always tough to lose your first game of the season this late into the year and allow other teams back into that playoff champion conversation. So this is their chance to put a stranglehold and send a message to the rest of USLW that if they do make the playoffs, if they do win this division, they're a dangerous team to watch for as the playoffs are just around the corner in this league.
I mean, you want to talk about fierce competition. You're looking at it right here. We got a top-seeded in the Metropolitan Division, of course, top-seeded Morris Elite team, and a third-seeded Long Island Rough Riders. And honestly, this is just down to the field, down to what we find on this broadcast, let's be honest.
And if you're just tuning in, this is the second meeting this season between these two sides. A 0-0 draw the first time around. And that just tells you that they're pretty evenly matched, these two teams. As we're just about ready, Salma Tarek is standing over the ball. She will kick us off underway. The Rough Riders wearing the white tops and red shorts going right to left in the first half. Morris Elite wearing the all blue going left to right as this ball is quickly up to Nicole Bermudez. And the Rough Riders will go backwards, trying to send a ball up top, and it's unsuccessful. Olivia Redden will settle it. It's actually a different goalkeeping matchup than the first time around when no goals were allowed. Although for Morris Elite, it still is Lembrick in goal. On that day, Long Island had Stephanie Sparkowski in net. They've used a couple of different keepers this year, as both teams are settling onto this ball in midfield. It's going to be a battle. Should also mention in that first meeting, there were only 8 shots combined. 6 of those were by the hosts on that day in the Rough Riders.
I mean, you can already see from this matchup, it's already gritty. It's already not pretty at all. You can see that.
Natalia Ramirez.
There you go.
Natalia Ramirez makes a move, has a shot, it's blocked. Still fighting for it was Ramirez. That's the first chance of the game.
And that was a good, clear first chance at that. I mean, you had a Morris Elite player coming up the stretch, almost get that clear shot and missed it right there.
So that first chance of the game goes to Morris Elite, but it looked like a combination of Kim Mara and Michelle Weinecke that were back helping the defense out for Long Island. Never reached the keeper of Alana Brennan. And there's a turnover by Morris Elite. What can Long Island do? They take a shot over the crossbar, though, by Salma Tarek. A quick start. We're only 2 minutes in. Both teams have had a good chance.
I mean, honestly, we looked at that last play. One of the big things you cannot have here is too many turnovers. I mean, we just looked at a turnover by number 25, Thalia Gallo. That was an error on her part, but this team cannot have turnovers in any amount.
Especially with these two attackers who, as I mentioned, are coming off hat tricks, each of them in only 45 minutes of play. Both of them had first half hat tricks on the road against FA Euro New York, Salma Tarek and Nicole Bermudez. As there's another turnover. Here comes the visitors on the counter again. Here's Bermudez on the edge of the box. Makes a nice move, has to give it up, and Alexis Schneider goes right back. Bermudez's cross, headed away. Fierce action early on in this USLW matchup.
Already 2 clear shots made by Long Island, and that's already a teeth biting thing to have to be on the edge of your seat right there.
Morris Elite having some early turnover issues, trying to build out from the back again. Tarek's putting pressure on. Tarek will get the turnover into Bermudez, and just slowed down a little. No offside flag, but the cross is headed away. Once again, Morris Elite evades danger in their own 18-yard box.
But again, the idea of pressure being applied by this Long Island team, we've already seen it resulted already in 2 turnovers.
They definitely are putting a lot of pressures. Bridget Dugetz was on that ball. Ball switched to the outside. Couple of runners in the box. And Morris Elite just taking this one slow. On the edge is Wrigley. Still fighting for it. Wrigley now loses out.
What a great effort right there by the North Carolina Tar Heel.
Player to watch this upcoming fall in the ACC is definitely going to be Lauren Wrigley, especially the ease in which she has shown her talent in this league. As there's another turnover by Morris Elite, sending the visitors on the counter. Jordan Littleboy in midfield. She's just turned away. Nice job in midfield by Gabby Garcia. So a mere 5 minutes into this one. It's been back and forth. As the ball over the top was looking for Natalia Ramirez. She couldn't handle it. Long Island coach not happy with maybe the positioning of one of their players. And the ball's turned over again on the ball. That was number 11, Elizabeth Gallagher. And no one on the end of that. Chested down by Morris Elite, only to turn over again by Gallo. This game may be slowing down a little bit after a hot start offensively for both sides. Just feeling each other out, trying to get a feel for which midfield can win the battles. Especially you were mentioning the press earlier from Long Island. How long can you keep that up on a turf field in this
There
heat?
you go.
Almost a turnover there, forced by Alexis Schneider.
But again, that same idea, that same offensive play of that pressure, individual, team, whatever you want to call it, that idea is always there and has been a menace to both the women and the men's teams. You want to take a look at that?
Long Island teams always utilize the press. As there's a turnover in midfield. Once again, pressure put on. Morris Elite have to go all the way back to Lembrick. Olivia Redden, the Fordham junior, just being smart, going backwards. As there's another turnover. Redden in the right place at the right time, though. Morris Elite just trying to hold on to the ball now. Ball switch to the outside. Wrigley will take it down with her chest. Just forced backwards, though, to Barino. And there's another turnover. On the run are the Rough Riders. Elizabeth Cruz cannot get on the end. Great job defensively, but then Cruz puts the goalie under pressure. On is Bermudez, gives it up to Tarek. She has a shot if she wants. It's blocked, still in the area. And now fully cleared away, but not out of danger. As Cruz will watch it, stopped on the goal line. That was dangerous.
Very dangerous indeed. I mean, you want to capitalize on any single minute of just not paying attention. You want to get a Long Island Rough Rider on that.
That shot by Salma Tarek that was blocked in the 18-yard box. Another big chance missed for the visitors as now Morris Elite can come on the attack. Lauren Wrigley looking to power her team offensively. And that ball almost worked. Couldn't get past the last defender.
I mean, if you're... Go ahead, sorry.
We're really seeing a back and forth game. Talking about back and forth. Here's Cruz again. Couldn't get on it. As you were saying.
Yeah. I mean, you want to talk about... You want to be... If you're the Long Island Rough Rider head coach right now, you must be very happy with how well your players are doing. I mean, individual press on every single player when they can. Many turnovers from Morris Elite. Really shaking up kind of their morale at this point.
Tarek was looking for that ball, but Dujet's in the right place to stop that attack.
You can already see a little bit of miscommunication on the forefront of Morris Elite here from the back line.
There's Sophia Quijada. Finds Elizabeth Cruz. And that is going to go out for a throw. And Elizabeth Cruz, a George Washington University junior, plays both forward and midfield at the collegiate level. She does have 4 goals as well as 1 assist in USLW so far.
She also has done well for herself in her collegiate career. And the past season, she was in 16 games, 7 starts. 4-year starter in high school, got all-state and all-county. Also played for East Meadows Soccer Club and got into the National Showcase Champions in 2018. So she has quite the resume.
She does bring a very good resume, as do a lot of the players in this league.
We'll give them their own time to shine throughout this broadcast. Don't worry.
Yes, we definitely will. Still waiting to mention the name of Katie Coyle, who hasn't really been able to get on the end of some of these chances. Natalia Ramirez had the biggest chance so far. Talking about Coyle, now she does get on it. Funny how that happens, right?
You could already see the footwork from Coyle when she had the possession of the ball right there. Just amazing.
Coyle tries the turn, loses the ball, and commits the foul all in one play.
But, I mean, you could already tell from her collegiate career playing in the ACC against powerhouses like Clemson, right, UNC, Duke, those powerhouses of soccer programs. I mean, you can already tell she already has her knowledge down.
Especially women's soccer. ACC have been a power in that collegiate game of women's soccer for years, especially the Tar Heels, one of the dynasties of collegiate women's soccer. Long Island, a little bit of space now for Bermudez, but a good job by the midfield from Morris Elite to turn some things over.
Good effort from the midfield, as well as miscommunication from that Long Island midfield as well. Just not getting that, word as across as quickly as they wanted to, and of course lets the throw in from Morris Late.
You can tell early on these two teams started out with a lot of intensity, but have maybe realized they need to tune things down because of the heat.
They also got to, as well as tuning into kind of just this turf here that we have at Frederick Douglass Field. You also got to understand that within the first 5 minutes or so, you're kind of looking at how your other team, your opponent, works, right? You're analyzing how their back line works, who's their who gets the ball more, right? And what play they could use based off that analysis.
Yeah, and you're trying to figure out who you can force turnovers off of. Just those small little things that can add up as time goes on.
And it certainly has added up for Long Island, as they have had quite the amount of turnovers in the first 15 minutes of this matchup.
Yeah, they have forced a lot of issues in midfield ever since that early attack by Natalia Ramirez. It's been mainly, if not all, Long Island as they're on the attack again. Jordan Littleboy goes in the box, and the header by the Morris Elite defender just took that ball away from Cruz. Great job reading that play by Root, as if she does not get ahead on that, that is a one-on-one chance with the keeper for Cruz. Now Root, after making the defensive play, will make a run herself through midfield. Still on it. And Root will win the throw-in. Fans on that far side enjoying the shade that the stands allow them.
And of course, that was a great defensive play by Root there, getting the ball to that point on the pitch and getting the throw-in. At that point, look, you're on the attacking third there. You can obviously make many opportunities.
As Morris Elite are trying to take maybe a little momentum after that play into the attack.
The only thing I'm seeing with Morris Elite here is they're having a little lack of speed. Do you notice? Every possession that Morris Elite has, you always see Long Island getting the ball twice as quick.
It's a slow developing attack for Morris Elite, whereas Long Island, they're very quick. They're making those passes right away, so it's once you read that one pass, it's already on to the next player.
Right, and it's also going back to that defensive mindset versus offensive. Defensive, you're trying to make a play. You're trying to talk to your other teammates, trying to see who's the open person, right? Who can make the play. Offensive is just get the ball and get back in possession.
There's Ramirez on attack, and her return ball to Dujetz didn't quite come off. Long Island trying to play out the back. They do get it into the midfield. As I mentioned, Morris Elite just a little late to every ball.
Right, yeah.
As once again, a nice defensive header. That time by Gabby Garcia, just going full stretch to head it back to her goalie, Arden Lembrick. Has not had much to do, despite the good chances from the visitors. Her defense has done just enough to stop the big attacks from developing even further. As once again, the ball is turned over in midfield. Ball up to Selma Tarek. Has Cruz. Cruz is going to be offside, even though she was very close to getting on that ball. I think Gabby Garcia might have intercepted it anyways, but pull this one back. Just about 17 minutes in here. A great start for Long Island Rough Riders, but the scoreline still says 0-0 pivotally for Morris Elite.
I mean, you want to talk about aggressiveness. Long Island has that almost tattooed all over themselves. I mean, you got aggressiveness, you got power, you got determination, you got smart plays, as we just saw right here from that pass.
Cross in, no one around the penalty spot to attack in. Lembrick eventually corralled it. Bermudez was the closest Rough Rider. As there's another turnover in midfield.
The official getting out the way there.
Morris Elite just struggling right now to build through midfield. But luckily for them, that ball is sent out of play.
I mean, if you're Arden Lembrick right now, you have to be somewhat frustrated with your teammates, as normally goalies with a team that has very well possession don't really have that many opportunities to get balls back and throw them back in. She's had already 5+ more balls to throw back in play here, and she's frustrated, probably very frustrated, that her teammates haven't gotten their groove back together, their rhythm that's gotten them into first place in this division.
Yeah, it has been a great season so far for Morris Elite, but this is their biggest game of the season.
Right.
As there's an offside flag up on the near side. Long Island will eventually get the throw in anyways, but their coaches were not happy. So finally, the whistle was blown for the offside flag. Assistant referee smiling on the near side that he finally got acknowledged. Always an interesting job being an assistant referee. You have to keep that flag up the whole entire time until the head referee acknowledges.
I'm pretty sure your arm will be very strong after doing that job.
As Long Island forces the turnover again after maybe a little bit of play was looking in favor of Morris Elite. Nice ball through and just intercepted by Redden before Tarek could settle. It's a corner kick.
Again, you can't say this enough. Smart passes by Long Island. They figured it. They figured Morris Elite out offensively, right? They figured out the gaps, and they've obviously made their way, into this match with a very big, dominant force.
There's a reason they won their last game 7-0, and they're one of the hottest teams in the Metro coming into this game.
You got to keep that momentum up. For
As
sure.
Kim Mara is taking this corner. A low driving ball. Little boy tried the shot, got blocked. Jordan Little Boy, who almost set up that chance for Salma Tarek, a fifth-year midfielder, is Little Boy from Hofstra University on Long Island, originally from Watford, England. Long Island, they do recruit some of those international players.
And as well as playing overseas and domestically at Hofstra, she also was part of this CAA Championship All-Tourney team. So that's already very big, impressive thing to add to that resume.
Nice turn by Cruz, but Bermudez just stopped from getting that ball. Should also mention Little Boy, on top of those accomplishments, she was a second-team All-East Region selection in 2021. So did well in the CAA on Long Island and got recognized for it. As here's the ball into Cruz. Could not settle that one. Once again, attacking prowess from Long Island is being shown. And Morris Elite are struggling to cope.
Yep.
Luckily for them, it's still 0-0 despite the big chances that we've seen. And that's mainly due to the back line for Morris Elite doing their jobs. Last-ditch tackles, knocking the ball out of play. As that cross was too high, will anyone be able to recover? Will it go out of play? It will go out for a goal kick. When you mentioned the Metro standings, 22 points for both Morris Elite and Queensboro. Those two teams yet to meet this season. Their first and only meeting in the regular season is Saturday, July 9th. That's 1 week from today. Could it be Morris Elite with 3 points in hand? Or will the two teams be closer and really become a winner-takes-all match on Saturday. We'll have to wait and see how this one goes. As Tarek sends it to the outside, gets it back. And a ball looking for Little Boy. Didn't fully come out from Schneider. And here comes Wrigley on the counter, but cannot receive. Once again, Long Island on the attack. But Bermudez had that ball intercepted, and here's Wrigley looking to make her impact in this game still. As Natalia Ramirez is fouled right on that Rutgers R in midfield. Of course, on the campus of Rutgers Newark, one of the satellite schools of Rutgers University. Of course, everyone knows Rutgers New Brunswick.
Right, Scarlet Knights. Big Ten Conference. Actually, talking about the Big Ten Conference, big college news happened as of yesterday, 2 days ago. USC and UCLA will now officially join the Big Ten and participate actively in 2024. That will obviously mean big developments in the Big Ten Conference and a huge shift in college sports.
Yeah, there will be a huge shift in the Big Ten and around the college game. As here's Natalia Ramirez, gives it to Wrigley, doesn't get that ball through. Beautiful job by Sophia Quijada as Wrigley was almost through. And coming on the attack, only to be stopped by Redden, was Long Island. Wrigley just showing one little play can shift this game on its head. As Morris Elite have been playing from behind, but Lauren Wrigley can easily change that. A warm day in Newark, New Jersey for this USLW matchup. Both teams had some big chances in the first 5 minutes. Last 20 or so have been dominated by the Rough Riders, though, as Quijada's in the right place at the right time again to intercept that one that was looking for Katie Coyle. Bermudez looking for Cruz. We'll find Tarek instead. Defensive numbers are back for Morris Elite. Nice job getting around the defense, going down. And it's just a goal kick. No acknowledgement from the referee for a potential penalty. As we'll go to our water break here. It's warm enough. Hydration break technically is what it's called. So after 25 minutes, Sebastian, what do you think so far between these two sides?
I mean, obviously, like we've been saying before, this entire first quarter of this matchup here, Long Island has definitely been the dominant force in this matchup. I mean, turnovers in record numbers in this matchup, possession at an all-time high. I mean, this Long Island team is on a well-going stretch into this first half here.
Yeah, 25 minutes played. Everyone is getting their sips of water. Players pouring the water over themselves just to cool down a little bit. Our producer over here is also ready for some water, I think, as are we. So
I believe there are some cups down there, Paul. You might want to get down on that because the other players might beat you to it.
And we'll go to a short commercial break. When we're back, we'll resume the first half. Morris Elite 0, Long Island 0. And we are back, just about done with the hydration break. Charlie Brooks alongside Sebastian Bravo. And Sebastian, how do you think Morris Elite changed their game plan during this hydration break? Do you think they changed it at all to get back in this game?
I mean, honestly, first of all, they needed hydration, right? So they got water in their system, water in their arms, legs, any of the body parts that are, in contact with the sun rays, the old UV rays here. And of course, if they had somewhat of a, kind of a tactical defensive meeting here, the big thing that they had to get behind is how to attack the press of Long Island, because at every single possession that they've had in this first 25 minutes, it's always been the speed game. When they had their ball, they didn't pass it quite fast enough, and it was a turnover immediately. It was always that press, one-person, two-person press that it just got them, and now they need to counter that somehow in this next quarter for the end of the first half here.
Yeah, and sometimes the press can work against you if you're attacking too much and then you fall behind. So Morris Elite maybe have to try and attack the press and use it to their advantage, which they haven't shown that much so far, but we'll have to see. Katie Coyle, meanwhile, it seems has fallen all the way back into more of a midfield role, so you wonder if that's a tactical change.
I mean, honestly, like you were saying before here, Charlie, using that press and attacking with the press, using their kind of use of the press and kind of going at it in their own way, spin it around to kind of go with and use it in their own right here.
As we've reached the 30th minute of play, Long Island with a plethora of chances so far, but have yet to capitalize, as Elizabeth Cruz comes onto the ball now, defended nicely by Root, and Root will get it to her teammate Garcia, who can boot it upfield. Just clear some of that defensive pressure and go on the attack. Right now it's Natalie Ramirez and Lauren Wrigley who are playing up top. A more defensive positioned Morris Elite team right now, as a lot of their numbers are back in the midfield and defense. Morris Elite building from the back now. The other players moved forward as Bridget Dugetz. So those three are the ones playing up top as there's a turnover in midfield. Here comes Long Island. Jordan Littleboy up front, and it did not reach Cruz, but was recovered temporarily by Weinecke before ball's turned over again. A little bit of shade for a moment to provide some relief, but see how long that lasts. Even with the shade, still humid.
Right.
And the shade's already gone.
Oh.
This is a big bounce back opportunity for Morris Elite after being shut out for only the second time this season on Wednesday, as they were able to win that ball back. But the fact that it's been 9 games and have only been shut out twice is impressive in and of itself. As they're attacking again, Bermudez, little give and go, is tackled late and get the whistle, but no card.
I mean, you can already see the different resortment of defense here from Morris Elite. They're going a little bit from that play, that kind of off-style play, no contact there, to now going into, trips and pushes, and I don't know what that's got to mean for this team right here, but they look like they're hungry, not in the good sense. They're hungry for that kind of those fouls that can kind of go bad for them.
As Jordan Littleboy hits that one too far for anybody. Not a bad ball from the Rough Rider midfielder, but a tough run to make to get on the end of that. You want to put it more towards the penalty spot, and the ball landed around the 6-yard box instead for a bounce or two before going out. And the biggest thing when you talk about the storyline of a game is whose backline have you mentioned more? We've said the names of the Morris Elite defenders a lot this afternoon. The only real defender we've mentioned for Long Island has been Sophia Quijada, who's had a good job getting some interceptions on last-ditch defensive plays. Not much else. As here's Salma Tarek slowing it down. Pressure being put on by number 11, Elizabeth Gallagher. And that's a nice run, but once again, nobody in the box. All three of the Rough Rider players had come to the near side, and no one was making the run towards the top of the 18. Another turnover in midfield, but Elizabeth Cruz is beaten by Natalia Ramirez. It could have been dangerous if Cruz got on the run. Another turnover.
Straight into her feet at that.
Sophia Cruz coming into the box, takes the long shot. Easy for Arden Lembrick. But once again, some issues for Morris Elite building out the back. First save of the game, that was, for either keeper. Considering the chances we've seen, it's surprising that that is save number 1. Coming in the 34th minute. Almost another turnover by Root that time, but she did get it back to her keeper. Arden Lembrick, a Mount St. Mary's goalkeeper, had 87 saves and 26 goals allowed this past year. Has only allowed 1 goal in USLW play when she's been in net, so she is a reliable goalkeeper if any bigger chances come around. As there's a nice job building through the midfield.
Good job finding the gap
Coyle.
there.
Coyle still on it. Try to make a move, has to go backwards. And that ball switched to the outside. Barino crosses it, and it will go out for the first corner for Morris Elite.
Now this is a big chance for Morris Elite here, this corner kick. Could this go in favor of Morris Elite, or could this go in favor of Long Island? We'll see. As number 4, Bridget Dujets takes the corner kick here.
The Marist Jr. with 4 assists in 7 games played with the school out of the MAC. Service in, far post, right around the penalty area, and no one was there to claim it for Morris Elite. They do keep the ball in midfield, though, only to turn it over. And Long Island will just slow this one down, take their time getting into attack. And they turn it over. Lauren Wrigley trying to start this play.
You can already hear the commentary from Coach Savino downstairs already saying, "Open up, Katie, open up," as referring obviously to opening up, to having more players on, having open gaps here. You know, more possession obviously is what they want here.
Of course, Katie referencing Katie Coyle, the attacker, who has moved into more of a winger role, has been moving around the pitch today. As here comes Long Island, 3-on-3 chance. And that touch just a little too far away from Amanda Buck, who is making that run. Another big chance missed for Long Island to capitalize on, as there were only 3 defenders back for Morris Elite. If Buck could have found one of her teammates could have turned into a big opportunity. Nice touch there. Top of the 18. Ball falls to Schneider, looking to make a move. Nice defense by Ramirez. And now it's Little Boy with the long shot. Trickles into the arms of Lembrick for her second save of this game.
But again, we've seen they this Morris Elite team has obviously had their fair share of errors here, but a big error on behalf of Long Island, however, is their bad shot selection when it comes to getting, close to that first goal there. It's always been those long shots, and we've seen from those two before, long shots aren't the way to go for this Long Island team.
But that really shows the Morris Elite defense is doing their job forcing the long shots. It's not going to be easy to beat Lembrick in goal with those shots from outside the 18. Ooh. Really a nice move there by Dujetz.
Yeah.
Gets it to Wrigley, double teamed. And Wrigley will lose control temporarily. Recovered by Root. Root hounded by Little Boy. Morris Elite looking to get an attack going. And Buck does enough to clear that ball away, let the defense reset on that far sideline.
Of course, you've seen from these different instances with contact here, it almost looks like Long Island kind of wins that matchup there. It's always, when it's one against the other, it always seems that Long Island always goes in favor. Maybe they're just they're hitting the gym a lot. Who knows?
Sometimes it's one of those things when you're the more informed team, the small things just seem to go your way, especially coming off a 7-0. Things definitely start to go your way. There's a ball over the top looking for Cruz. Cruz will get it. Cruz slowed down just a little bit, waiting for reinforcements.
Right. Reinforcements have arrived.
As now it's Alexa Schneider on the edge of the box. Her cross blocked. And Morris Elite gets away with it again. That one looked like it was intended to be a shot, didn't get it off. And here comes Morris Elite on the counter. Dujetz going backwards. Elizabeth Gallagher turns it over. Just about 5 minutes away from halftime here on campus of Rutgers Newark. This game's still tied 0-0, despite both teams having some good chances to break through the opposing defense.
That just shows on both sides how well their offense and defensive is. You already had those chances like you mentioned before, and of course you cannot go without mentioning their defensive back line for both these teams. Very impressive.
As here's Wrigley taking on the defense herself. Tried to give it up to Dujetz. And Brennan will pick this one up. I think that's Brennan's first touch or second touch of this match. Hasn't had much to do in the Long Island net.
Not too much fire going on for Brennan over there. The person who's taking the amount of shots is Lembrick. Lembrick over there on the other side for Morris Elite here. I believe now more than 10 touches. Has to be more than 10 has gone for Lembrick at this point. That already shows the need for a kind of redevelopment for the defensive back line for Morris Elite here.
As Morris Elite are coming on the attack again with Dujetz. Sometimes as a goalkeeper, though, you prefer having more touches of the ball to get a good grip and a handle of it.
Right, of course.
If you're just standing around not doing anything, it might catch you out.
Right, but with the touch comes long.
As Wrigley takes the long shot.
Like I was saying
trickling
before.
Wide.
The touch, of course, it's always great to have that nice right touch and grip of the ball, of course, but that also shows the need for an improvement of that defensive line, so then the goalie doesn't have to have that many touches, and have a little bit of a trickle of confidence here.
Brennan will take the goal kick right into midfield, where it only finds the foot of Lauren Wrigley right off the referee.
Yeah.
Play on.
I didn't know the ref was part of the game.
Referees sometimes get in the way.
Maybe they just didn't notice the color of the jerseys. Maybe they just breezed that over.
Lauren Wrigley still looking to make her impact, but Katie Coyle, who received it, was offside. A decent crowd here for this USLW game between Morris and Long Island. Of course, a little bit of a hike to get here from the island.
Right, of course. But it's always good, no matter how much the trike is, no matter how much difficulty it is, to go and support your team. Oh,
Wrigley is down.
Yeah, Lauren Wrigley took a mean one to the face right there.
Trainer has to be called on as it's a head injury.
Yeah, she took that ball face first, and it's not a pretty sight for Miss Wrigley.
No, it's never easy when you get a ball straight off the face. You don't want that ball coming straight at you. You want it
like on the cusp of the head.
Yeah, you want to go against the force of the ball.
Right.
She took the full brunt of the contact with that ball, so she is currently on the sideline being looked after by the trainer. She'll have to pass the concussion protocol, of course.
And of course, we cannot thank enough our sponsors here at Morris Sussex Sports. Of course, Jag1 Physical Therapy. Of course, can't go without them. Medical attention is always needed.
It always is. Trainers are a big part of the game. This game on Morris Sussex Sports and Morris Elite TV. As Long Island are coming on the attack again, but just fizzled wide of Tarek and almost a poor touch. They do give it away now. Edge of the box. Ball back to Little Boy. She takes the shot and a nice save by Lembrick. Ball still not out of danger. And now it can be cleared. Lembrick having to go full extension.
Yeah, she got airtime with that save.
Almost another chance for Long Island, but it's still 0-0 thanks to Arden Lembrick. And that will be it for the first half. Halftime whistle blows. Score 0-0. Long Island easily could have been ahead.
Oh, yeah.
But Jordan Littleboy just denied on a nice shot. So we'll go into halftime, a little break here. And we'll see in the second half, can either side get a winner? We'll have to wait and see. We'll be right back on
Sussex Meatpacking in Wharton, New Jersey is a family-owned and operated business specializing in USDA prime and choice meats, pork, poultry, lamb, veal, and many other store-made specialty items. They also have a fantastic deli, a wonderful market with all the freshest fruits, veggies, and pre-made meals, and they can cater any event, including your family holiday dinners, more delicious than you can on your own. Visit them at sussexmeat.com.
At Planet Networks, our high-speed fiber is designed to be fast. Up to 300 times faster than cable, and up to 500 times faster than DSL. As fast as 10,000 megabits per second up and down, if you speak nerd. We're talking cheetah, bullet train, lightning strike, hummingbird, race car kind of fast. Planet Networks. So fast, it's worth the wait.
Cimino & Philippone is a New Jersey-based law firm with offices in Morristown and Hazlitt, devoted to providing quality legal representation and personal attention in the areas of residential and commercial real estate, estate planning, and personal injury. Contact Joe Philippone at 732-203-0060 or by email at jphilippone@cf-lawfirm.com.
If you live in Andover, Blairstown, Byram, Frankfurt, Franklin, Frieden, Frelinghuysen, Greene, Hampton, Hardwick, Hope, Knowlton, Lafayette, Newton, Sparta, Stillwater, Sussex, and Wantage, Planet Networks is building high-speed fiber in your neighborhood. Visit getplanetfiber.com today to learn more.
Starting us off at number 5, here's Mendham's Liam Lloyd with the snipe past Morristown goalie Dylan Peck for his 10th goal of the year.
Daniel Leonard with great defense to steal the puck back, moving behind the goal to pass it back into the middle to Ryan Leonard with a first-time shot to make it 3-1 for Bernard's first Whippany.
Coming in at number 3 is Par Regional's Dylan Zelinskis on a great individual effort, creating a breakaway opportunity for the goal as Par Regional breaks through for their first win of the season.
Town with the pressure on all of the Mendham players to give Harry Stetton an incredible breakaway to fake out the goalie, letting them know who the boss is to score the 4th goal for Morristown.
Finally at number 1, it's Pope John star Alana Robinson with the crossover against Sparta's Bryn McCurry and finishes with the smooth jumper. Let's take a look at that again, but in slow motion. The Wrap-Up Report's top 5 plays of the week are brought to you by Planet Networks provides award-winning high-speed fiber internet, telecommunications, and managed technology services, keeping essential information, technology systems, and connections updated, safe, and secure 24/7 requires specialized expertise and support. Planet Networks delivers as a trusted partner, enabling you to accomplish your personal and professional goals. For more information, visit planet.net or stop in and visit the local Newton or Denville offices and tell them Morris Sussex Sports sent you. If you want to catch even more highlights from Morris Sussex Sports broadcasts, tune into the Wrap-Up Report as we feature top plays and athletes, as well as upcoming previews of the teams you want to watch out for that weekend. You can check us out on Thursdays at 6 p.m. right here on Morris Sussex Sports.
I've worked with many mortgage companies.
And we are back for the halftime show, joined by the Morris Elite owner, and this has been a very good summer for the USLW team for Morris Elite, 7-1-1 coming into today. How has it been operating in USLW and getting to know some of these players and the coaches?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great first year for us. We've been really lucky to have a tremendous staff with us this first year and tremendous group of players. So it's been overall very positive.
And you mentioned some of those great players. Lauren Wrigley and Katie Coyle have been tearing it up in this league. What do you think it says about Morris Elite that you're able to recruit players from UNC, Notre Dame, and some of those big schools?
Oh, it's really important to get players at the highest level to come and play during the summer. So we're lucky to have a good first year with these players, and we hope to build on it for the following year.
It's definitely a team that has a lot to be built on and a bright future ahead. And with Stephanie Savino in charge, just talk about what it means to have a coach who has the prowess of her to change the games and help the team on the field.
Steph's been fantastic. I mean, her experience coaching for many years and her experience on and off the field as a former player has brought tremendous importance for us as a group and as a club. So, you know, we're lucky to have her, and we're excited to see what she does for the rest of the season for us.
And talking about the rest of the season, we're at the tail end of the regular season. Team currently sitting in a playoff spot. What are some of the expectations, do you think, for this team?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's we're all in. We're all in to try to make the playoffs. We have 3 games left, including this one. So, you know, we're just taking it one game at a time, and hopefully we can pull off a great 3-game finish and go into the playoffs with high confidence.
In a tough game next Saturday against Queensborough, who currently sitting tied atop for first place. Are you looking forward to that last game of the season, get the crowd out here to cheer on the team for a must-win game?
Absolutely. I mean, what a better way to finish the season with the matchup against Queensborough, who's right breathing down our necks right now. So they're right there in it, and it should be a really good way to end the season. Exciting for the league, exciting for our fans and their fans as well as we come to the end of a great first year in W League.
Well, thank you so much for joining on this halftime interview. Morris Elite, one of the top teams in USLW, have had a fantastic season. 45 minutes left in this game, and it should be a fantastic 45 indeed. We'll go back to our halftime break. Only a couple more minutes left, and then we'll be back with Morris Elite and Long Island in this USLW matchup on Morris Elite TV.
The big banks where I thought I could get the best, most competitive rate, to the small guys where I thought I'd get more personalized service. And I never thought I could have it both until I met Family First. Family First gave me the most competitive rates in the market with unmatched service. Their team is incredible. They were always at arm's reach, ready to answer my questions, help me weigh different loan options, and work through some of the most challenging closing situations and timelines. I have to say, without a doubt, Family First is the best in the business, and I strongly recommend them if you're looking to finance or refinance your home.
Go ahead, take a deep breath. Oh, nice, huh? That's some clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature.
That is good. Who installed the system?
ICS. They're the leaders in HVAC. They make the ductwork at their own factory, so we even save some money.
That's impressive. You recommend them?
It's ICS for HVAC.
I see why.
Hey, Lorraine, go get a big plastic bag. Take some air home with you.
Sports medicine is the care of athletes, college athletes, professional athletes, amateur athletes, and we see a lot of weekend warriors.
At the Sports Medicine Center, we're up to date on all the latest techniques, both surgical and non-surgical treatment options for treating all sorts of injuries.
It's important to make the diagnosis, make it quickly, and start the ball rolling with the treatment.
If you can get an MRI done the same day of your injury, a lot of times that's going to help get that treatment started in the right direction instead of waiting 2-3 weeks.
I think reassurance, making the diagnosis, and coming up with a good plan for that particular athlete is a very good thing. It helps to get the folks back on track and limits how discouraged they can actually be from the injury.
Patient education is important. We want the patient to be part of the treatment plan, and having the patient have an understanding of what their injury is, what their treatment options are, that helps them to get back to the sport that they love.
We have doctors with all different specialties within sports medicine, state-of-the-art concussion care, regenerative medicine, and then of course we have our orthopedic surgeons. If something needs to be fixed, we can fix it, more than likely in a minimally invasive fashion.
With the arthroscopic and minimally invasive procedures, we're able to do much of this surgery inside the joint without having to damage any of the surrounding tissue. That allows an athlete to return to sports much quicker.
We're seeing excellent results with regenerative medicine. Ligament injuries that would normally have taken 6 to 8 weeks, now we're seeing 2 to 3 week recovery periods. It gives me great pleasure to be able to treat an athlete and see them succeed back on the field.
At Madison Tire and Auto Repair LLC, our philosophy is the customer is number one. We offer a variety of products and automotive services to enhance your vehicle's performance. Our mission is simple. We never promise more than we can deliver, and we always give the customer more than they expect. Because at Madison Tire and Auto Repair LLC, our philosophy is the customer is number one. Please call us for a quote or service question at 973-377-1915.
Chairman's Elite Club Loan Officer Midge Vandelinda of Loan Depot is your go-to person for home loans, whether it's a new home mortgage or a refinance of your current home. And she specializes in renovations for those who want to add on and fix up. Because of her extensive knowledge of loan programs, problem-solving skills, and steadfast commitment to customer service, Midge ensures that each borrower receives superior guidance as they pursue one of the most personal investments of their lifetime. Reach out to her today at 973-202-0992 or mvandelinda@loandepot.com.
I was born fast. Parisi made me faster.
I thought I could jump. Parisi brought me to new heights.
I wasn't always quick. Parisi made me lightning fast.
Strength was never my strength. Parisi changed all that.
Hey, don't you just love it when Morris Sussex Sports broadcasts your game? Or do you prefer a silent, motion-detecting camera just following the movement on the court? Let's face it, the only real way to watch your favorite team is through Morris Sussex Sports' award-winning service that brings you play-by-play commentary, live instant replays, cool cinematic graphics, real-time scoreboard, fun fan engagement, and much, much more. Plus, all of our broadcasts are free to watch. Grandparents can easily pull it up on their smart TVs, and alumni can watch from all over the world. So, if you want to reserve us, have your games broadcasted the Morris Sussex Sports way, then just reach out to me, George Muha, at george@morrissussexsports.com, or call or text me at 973-713-5944.
It's so cold, my fish froze.
Mine's so hot, my sneakers melted.
Rooms with different temperatures? That means your HVAC system is outdated and wasting energy. At ICS, we'll install an energy-efficient system that provides a constant flow of clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature in every room. You could save money each month, and the price we quote is the price you'll pay. Get a quote today. See why we say ICS for HVAC.
I see why.
Have you ever needed a day to relax during these stressful times? Well, then look no further than modern acupuncture. Modern acupuncture will ensure your time there will not only be relaxing, but make you feel rejuvenated. Not only will your stay be comfortable, but safe as well. All staff at Modern Acupuncture practice safe social distancing guidelines and keep all equipment and rooms sanitized after each visit. Modern Acupuncture, making lives better.
Whether you are a trucker or a landscaper, accountant or carpenter, needing workers' compensation, general liability, or commercial auto insurance, Gladstone Coverage Group has you covered. Gladstone Coverage Group is a one-stop agency specializing in many types of insurance, including life, personal, business, and Medicare supplement insurance, as well as employee benefits, serving many communities throughout New Jersey. As an insurance partner protecting you and future generations, contact Tyler Brinson at 908-698-0477 or by email at tylerb@gladstonecoverage.com and tell him Morris Sussex Sports sent you.
And we are back for the second half of this USLW game between Morris Elite and the Long Island Rough Riders. And it's a big game for both of these teams coming into today. Morris Elite first place on 22 points, and Long Island third place on 19 points. Long Island dominated a long part of that first half, but thanks to Arden Lembrick and her late save, it is still tied at zeros. And from what we're hearing, there might be 2 substitutions made at halftime for Morris Elite, so we'll have to wait and see who those might be. But you have to wonder what Stephanie Savino and Kelsey Hauser are thinking after 45 minutes of play. Both of their teams needing 3 points in this one, as it looks like at least one number is going to be number 12, Annika Elias, for Morris Elite, coming in as a halftime substitution. Charlie Brooks alongside Sebastian Bravo. And Sebastian, what do you think has to be changed in this second half?
Hold on, just give me a minute to get my breath here. But
he's so overwhelmed with how good of a first half that was.
It's so hot from all the heat of this matchup. It's amazing. Anyways, you were saying, ask the question again, I'm sorry.
What do you think has to change in the second half for either team to get a winner?
Honestly, Long Island, what they're doing is great. It's fine. It's what's gotten them so many possessions in the first half. Morris Elite, on the other hand, needs to somehow find a way to go against this kind of wave of press that Long Island is kind of pouring on them. You know what I mean? It's just they have the tactics. They have all the theory behind it. They know all the plays to get behind that, getting away from the press. It's just putting it into actuality and getting it on the field, really.
And it does look like 2 subs for Morris Elite will be Annika Elias and Naya Vialva coming in for the hosts, as they signaled to us up here in the booth that there were going to be 2 substitutions. So we'll have to see who doesn't come out for the second half. Luckily for Morris Elite, the big name that is coming back out is Lauren Wrigley. She had gone off in the first half after taking a ball to the face. But she is luckily back out for the second half, as the 2 substitutions are coming on for Morris Elite, I should say. And a big second half is just about to get underway. This is a first game of a doubleheader between Morris Elite and Long Island. The other is going to be in USL League 2 just after this one, slated for around 7:30 kickoff. We'll have to be watching the storms for that one. Luckily for this, there's no storms.
Right.
But it is hot, and hot is maybe a little bit of an understatement.
I can tell you right now, I was just outside 5 minutes ago. I mean, it is warm, it is hot, it is burning up. I mean, but the heat, aside from the sun, the heat is definitely focused on this matchup right here as we get started here for the second half.
91 degrees in Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah, you're not kidding,
Has to be even hotter on the turf.
You're not
there
kidding.
Definitely will be another hydration break in this half. And there was one in the first half. Doesn't look to be getting any colder here in the second half, as it looks like Natalia Gallo and Natalia Ramirez were the 2 Morris Elite players that came off at halftime. Actually, never mind, Ramirez is still in, so see who the other sub was. But for Morris Elite, they need to change something offensively. They had a couple of chances, but never really tested Alana Brennan in net for the visitors. Apologies for any issues. We're trying to find our camera person, as Long Island get on the ball. Nice ball through the middle. Tarek takes it down, but her touch is too tough, and it will go out for a throw-in. Quick throw. Handball against number 11, Elizabeth Gallagher. That was very interesting at the near sideline.
Little splash
Number
of water
14,
there.
Amanda Buck, came over to get splashed with water by one of her teammates.
I mean, you know what? That's the heart of there's the heart of the team right there, going all out for each other. And I mean, at this point, just throwing water just to get hydrated. At this point,
Jordan Littleboy standing over this free kick. Service comes in, headed away. And fully cleared by Wrigley, but only for Long Island throw-in. The original clearance by Olivia Redden. He's done a good job in defense today for Morris Elite as that ball is taken down. Tarek tried to find Bermudez, but could not. So it stays at zeros on the scoreboard a couple of minutes into the second half. Brennan will get us restarted, the University of Albany graduate, winningest goalkeeper in Albany program history as well.
And there's Lauren Wrigley.
Lauren Wrigley taken down, no foul. Wrigley very unhappy with that, yelling to the referee still even after the play has gone on. And Sophia Quijada, I think, was just retucking her jersey in after going down with that challenge. Little boy looking to make a turn, loses out. That's the substitute of Naya Villalva winning that and throwing it in quickly. Ramirez is behind the defense. Ramirez with the shot just goes wide. Natalia Ramirez was inches away from making it 1-0. And that was a great job by Villalva with the quick throw. As everyone knows, in soccer, you cannot be offside from a throw-in. Very smart from Ramirez, knowing that rule, getting behind the defense. So it will be Long Island getting us back underway.
We can feel a gust of wind here in the press box. A little bit of a breath of fresh air, literally.
A wind is what is needed in this one. These two teams playing 45 minutes of scoreless first half. Now 4 minutes gone in the second half, and both teams have had their fair chance. As Gallagher will go backwards, the Loyola Maryland sophomore who started the last 5 games of the collegiate season, has taken that progress into USLW, but that time cannot find Wrigley. Wanted something more inside, but Wrigley, the ball instead was down the line. No subs made yet by Coach Lannon for the Rough Riders. Of course, replacing Kelsey Hauser mid-season as the head coach, as Coach Hauser had a baby boy. Just announced 2 days ago that he was taking over as the full-time head coach of this program in USLW's. Tarek, nice touch for Cruz. Cruz can get behind the defense. What can Cruz do here in the box? Crosses it. And Bermudez takes the shot. It's blocked. Still not out of danger. Cruz will win the corner. And once again, Long Island looking dangerous on offense. Back and forth. This game is gone for 50 minutes now. We're still waiting for that opener.
Right. We're still waiting for that inspiring goal for either sides that can put them either at the top of this conference, at the top of this division, maintain their place, or elevate them. Who knows?
This is the second corner of the game for the visitors.
And you can see Coach Lennon there, a little nervous.
Ball comes in, and not able to get on it was Alexa Schneider closest. And that's a nice turn. Ramirez gets behind Quijada. Ramirez still on the run, turns another defender, slowed down just a little bit. She gives it up to Dujetz. Dujetz in the box will win the corner. That was coming back, Kim Mara making that block.
Of course, this is a good idea offensively to try and get a little bit of a breath of fresh air and a little bit of regaining on the offensive play, getting the run down the field, and obviously getting the corner kick, obviously the breath of fresh air, and maybe a little bit of a change in momentum here.
Service in, far post headed away. Wrigley was the closest Morris Elite player. And on the counter again come Long Island. That one will find Bermudez. It wasn't intended to. But Long Island are coming through the midfield. Little Boy switches it over to Cruz. Cruz takes that touch. Goes to Bermudez, who had that last chance blocked. Looking for Cruz, but Gallagher is able to clear away. Buck probably should have let that go out for a throw-in. Instead, it's taken away by Katie Coyle. Katie Coyle's taken down. Referee says play on. I don't think she was going to get on the end of that ball. That's why there was no whistle, but definitely was contact. Long Island in midfield. Ball over the top for Tarek. Gets to the 18-yard box, takes the shot, and that one is high and wide. Goal kick. Was looking at the referee to see if there was a touch or not, but no touch, so we go with the goal kick and Arden Lembrick.
I mean, that was a good look by Tarek on that ball right there. Just like you were saying before, staring the goalie dead in the eye. Almost had a good shot, just a little high and wide, like you said.
Elizabeth Cruz on this near side. Tarek and Bermudez on the far side. As this one will go backwards to Root. Will take some time, go over the top looking for Ramirez. Ramirez, a nice first touch, but it actually took her a little too far away and allowed Mara to clear it out for a throw-in.
Of course, the can't forget this kind of turf field here. Got that little stoppage on the ball from that high kick and allowed Ramirez to get the touch on that ball close to the penalty box there.
Turf definitely plays differently than grass. As Ramirez takes the throw-in from her teammate, gives it up to Dujetz. And Dujetz is going to make the cross. No one at the far post.
Ooh. Nice high reach right there, yeah.
Yeah, that was Brennan going up to catch it. She didn't really have anyone nearby causing danger. I don't think she knew that, though. As a goalkeeper, you don't want to stop that. You want to just grab it and let it go. As Katie Coyle can run at the defense, makes a move. Can't make a second, but Wrigley will recover. Only to lose and get the foul called. Much to the dismay of the Long Island coaching staff, as we could hear in our headphones.
Oh, yeah.
That was Matt Lennon yelling, "She got the ball, she got the ball." And now Long Island will have to set their defense up as Wrigley is still down, maybe lost her shin pad. That's exactly the issue. Trying to put her shin pad and everything back together. It will be number 15, Olivia Redden, standing over this one. Not many numbers up top for Morris Elite. So Redden will chip it, looking for the goal. And it is going to be Brennan who took that one. I don't think she had to, as it was going off target. But Brennan deciding to claim it instead of taking any chances.
You're going to see a little bit of a change in offense here for Long Island as a result of the somewhat upscale in chances here from Morris Elite.
As Ramirez talking about chances, she's had the most, but she commits the foul there. So 56 minutes played of a 0-0 game. Last time these two teams met, it was the same exact scoreline. Who do you think a draw favors more in this situation, though? Do you think it's Morris Elite because they claim
Right.
first place by themselves, or do you think it's Long Island?
I mean, I feel like you just said it right there, Charlie. I feel like Morris Elite, I mean, at the top of their division with the highest amount of points, a draw wouldn't be, of course, a draw isn't what you would want, but at the same time, a draw is still fine because you're still winning by 23 points in the entire division. And, you know, you only have one more match left in the regular season with Queensboro coming up next week.
They have 2 more matches,
Oh,
actually.
sorry,
they
my
play
bad.
AC Connecticut on the road on Wednesday.
I was thinking, my bad. I was thinking
They have one more home game.
Right, one more home game. Well, of course, you'll hear our beautiful voices one more time.
Alexa Schneider goes down. Where's the foul? It's outside the box. And we'll have to see if there's any way to get a replay of that. Apparently not.
We'll try our best here. We'll try our best.
We'll try our best. That
Yeah.
was very, very close to being a penalty. Referee saying that it was just outside as we'll wait and see.
Let's see.
I think she might have had a foot on the 18-yard box, but too close for the referee to go with the penalty. Either way, a dangerous free kick position. Thanks to our producer, Paul, for that replay. Free kick comes in, and just over the crossbar. Went for the shot. That was Jordan Littleboy trying to get cheeky. As the Brits say, cheeky.
Right, of course.
Of course, she is from Watford, England.
She is English, right? So
turnover, Buck.
Maybe you see her. Maybe you see her one time. You could use that.
Alexa Schneider now to Littleboy. Back to Schneider. Intercepted, though, by the sub, Annika Elias. And now a ball up top for Reynolds.
Ramirez.
Sorry. Ramirez with the goalie off.
Oh!
Ramirez takes the shot. It's off target.
Oh, wow. No way. Wow.
Brennan came off her line and just a little bit lucky was the Long Island keeper as Ramirez got there first. Took the shot but could not find the back of the net.
I mean, but that was a great idea from Ramirez at that point. I mean, what could you do? You only had a little bit of a 5 seconds, maybe even before Brennan got to the ball. I mean, that was the only choice you had.
Ramirez unable to hold on to that ball, and Dujets will come and attack again. Morris Elite building into this game, especially in this second half, as Dujets will take another touch and earn a corner kick. This second half looks like a much different Morris Elite team. They're looking the more likely of the team to take a lead. Corner coming in. Hit by Villalva, but wide. So, another shot for Morris Elite. Off target again, though. It's been a common tale as Alana Brennan, other than that one gaff that she got away with coming out of her 18-yard box, has not had much to do, even though Natalia Ramirez is causing issues in this second half. Long Island, after evading danger, trying to come and attack, and Cruz might put a little pressure on, forces Redden to go away from her keeper, and now Littleboy with the turnover in midfield, numbers in attack. Jordan Littleboy gives it up to Cruz. Cruz to Buck, who's running into the penalty area, and it goes behind for a throw-in. And you really have to wonder, going back to that last Long Island attack, could have been a penalty kick. It was not. The shot goes off target. Could that, as well as the Morris Elite chance, go down as missed chances for both sides in this second half if they can't score?
Well, I mean, possibly, but let's look at the chance we got here.
Weineke
Long Island
sent that ball in, but Settled by Bermudez. That ball stayed in, and now we'll twist out of bounds. Another nice cross by Long Island. Cruz is on the run. She will get there, crosses it, but crossed it out of bounds. Elizabeth Cruz, another player who's having an impact in this second half. It's really been the Ramirez and Cruz show in these first 17 minutes of half number 2. As they will go back to their keeper, Lembrick. Should also mention another chance that Long Island Mayru not scoring was that late shot by Jordan Littleboy in the first half that Lembrick went full extension to make the save. This game really living up to the billing as one of the top games in the USLW is once again ball looking for Cruz, but Gallagher is there. Nice turn. Sends Ramirez on the run, gives it up to Wrigley. Wrigley taking her time. Tried to find Dujetts, doesn't, but Coyle gets on it. Nice move by Coyle. Gives it up to Wrigley. Thinks about the shot, instead passes it. And maybe should have taken the shot there. What do you think, Sebastian?
Oh, sorry, I'm just paying attention to this heat of a game right here. But honestly, that was of course that was a great shot. And honestly, we're looking at another shot potentially right here.
Yeah, Katie Coyle thought about it, took the extra touch, and now a ball over the top looking for Cruz again. Gallagher doing her job defensively. This game does not look like one that should be 0-0, the way that we've seen the intensity on a 91-degree day in Newark, New Jersey. As Tarek take this down on the edge of the box. Slips as she takes the shot. And it's another easy save for Lembrick. She's had a couple of those where it's just trickled into her hands. Salma Tarek had a chance earlier this half, couldn't capitalize. As trickling into the fan section is the Morris Elite men's team, who have the second game of the doubleheader. Here to support the ladies. That one will not find a Long Island referee player long enough as Alexa Schneider went for the slide, couldn't control. And now here's Ramirez on the run again. 2-on-1 on the outside, gives it up to Dujetts. Dujetts cross, Ramirez shot! Another shot off target by Ramirez. She's creating chances, but she's unable to capitalize. But that's what you want to see from Morris Elite.
Right. I mean, Ramirez is a type of player that either creates those chances or is the one you give those chances to and make those opportunities happen.
Ramirez, 10 goals, 4 assists in her collegiate season at Columbia, and is looking likely to add one here today as that ball is too far for Dujetts, and Brennan comes out to claim. "25 minutes left. Is there a winner in this game?" Tied at zeros, despite the plethora of good chances on both sides.
You can say this 0-0 score is a result of how well these two teams are playing against each other. I mean, great offense, great defense. You know, each unique in their own right.
Turnover shot by Villalba.
Oh.
And Brennan almost hit that into her own net, but was able to pick up the rebound. A very interesting bounce that ball had.
But, I mean, what a rocket from Villalba at that one.
Villalba, who came in for this second half alongside Elias. And now it's Wrigley. Getting it up. Ball to the outside for Dujetz again. To Ramirez. Nice turn by Ramirez. She goes down, no call. And Mara can keep it in before it went out for a corner. So this game we've seen some controversy. We've seen some great chances for both sides, yet we haven't seen the goal.
We've heard some yelling from each coach.
What can Elizabeth Gallagher do?
Oh.
She tried to take the long shot, and it was blocked by Quijada. Sofia Quijada is having a good game at center back.
There you go.
Cruz is on the run.
Yep.
Not able to put herself into cruise control. As Morris Elite just pushing this Rough Riders team back again. Quijada over the top, and no one close to that one. Should be getting close to a second half hydration break if we have one, which we should, as it's
I feel like
become a little bit.
I feel like you really want the hydration break, Charlie.
I think the players want it more than me, but
yeah, no, but
that's just.
I feel like you put a little bit more of emphasis on really needing that hydration break.
Hey, we put player safety first here on
Of
Morris
course.
Elite TV.
Yes.
It's all about the player safety. You don't want them to get dehydrated or anything.
Right.
As Tarek is on the ball. Goes to the outside for Schneider. Coyle putting pressure on. And Schneider will go backwards to Little Boy with space. Little Boy takes the shot, and it's pushed over by Lembrick. So another good chance for Little Boy. But once again, Lembrick able to stop the pressure. This corner will be taken from the far side by Michelle Weinecke. Haven't really been dangerous from these corner kicks so far, either team, I should say. As we're 70 minutes in now.
But looks like no kind of clear winner here, as there is obviously no goals on the board, and maybe could have been a chance there.
And Little Boy takes down Wrigley. No card coming out, but a talking to from the referee as Little Boy took down Wrigley. Once again, a reminder of the importance of this game. A win for Morris Elite puts them 3 points ahead of Queensboro, who are sitting in second. A win for Long Island Rough Riders, and they are sitting in a three-way tie on 21 points atop the conference. As Villalba, who almost set up a goal earlier. Nice pass to Dujetz. Ramirez is in the box. Ramirez just unable to get underneath that ball, and it goes over for a goal kick. As I believe we'll have our second hydration break now.
But I mean, great setup of a shot from Villalba there. I mean, just going along the pitch there, very close to the boundary line there, passing it to Jets and getting almost that near header from Ramirez. And, just great play, honestly.
And, of course, as we have this little break, let's give a shout-out to the Morris Elite sponsor,
Oh,
Sebastian.
yeah, of course. We have, we can't thank them enough. We have the shop Chatham with their delectable foods, pizza, pasta, whatever you want, Italian. Alfred Sports Shop and Jag One Physical Therapy. And we have our Jag One Physical Therapy medical personnel down there, making sure everybody's safe, healthy, and getting their hydration break.
And we'll take a hydration break ourselves. We'll go to a short commercial break. When we're back, is there going to be a winner in the last 20 minutes of this game? We'll have to wait and see.
George J. Keller and Sons want your house to be the kind of home for all to see. Best roofing, windows, siding too. Great solar and gutters, we're here for you. Our seasoned pros are unsurpassed, so give a call, we'll take your task. Transform your home, that's what we do. So give a call, we're here for you. For roofing, siding, windows and solar, we do it all for you. George J. Keller and Sons. Your family-owned operation since 1980. Call for your free estimate.
Choosing a college is a big, big, big deal. But I know I started right because CCM's in the top 2% of community colleges in the nation. And at County College of Morris, I get to choose from over 100 programs. Whether you're just out of high school, like me, exploring career options,
Like me.
or seeking lifelong learning,
Like me.
make CCM your choice, like me. Go big and visit ccm.edu and aspire to be you.
Rich Latman, realtor with Keeneland Latman, Sotheby's International Realty. Enjoys helping clients.
And we're back from our quick hydration break. Both the players and the booth have to take hydration breaks occasionally in this heat. And really, I was just thinking about during this break,
Yeah.
the disadvantage that Long Island have in this game. They only have 3 players off the bench. Morris Lee have a full bench. But for Long Island, a lot of these players have to play a full game,
Right,
just
yeah.
because they don't have the opportunity to sub out when you only have 3 players.
Right, of course. But also take a look at the bright side here. I mean, with all the players you've got, you've already created many opportunities. So I would say this team is doing really well for themselves. Of course, you do need that break occasionally here and there for these players, but doing themselves well.
And it's especially pertinent for the second half when players start to get tired. It's 91 degrees out, and for Morris Elite, they have those 7 subs they've used 2 already, and that brings a new pace into the game, as
Right.
we've seen with Villalba, as we've seen with Elias,
Right.
where Long Island aren't afforded as much of that luxury. It's a lot of the starters as Katie Coyle takes it away. Coyle's cross. And it's on the edge of the box. Elias makes a nice move, sets it up. Ramirez, a nice turn, but it's blocked, and it will be picked up by Brennan. Ramirez, again, is looking likely to score a goal, but not yet. As we have another sub getting ready for Morris Elite.
We have
Sophie
Yep.
Jeslau, sorry, as Tarek is fighting for it.
I think Geslow could be correct pronunciation. The William and Mary product from Boonton, New Jersey. Going into her senior year this year, selected to the under 17, 18 Girls United Soccer All-Conference team. So, of course, very much impressive on her resume there.
As that sub will be made, just as we were talking about changing the game with substitutions. And let's see who's coming out. It's going to be number 17, Danielle Barino, the right back, who will be replaced by Geslau. So Morris Elite now have made their 3rd sub. Meanwhile, Long Island still have their original 11 out on the field. And you could tell that ball that Long Island just said, we'll sit back and we're not even going to attack that one. As there's a nice ball over the top. Still fighting to get that one away, and finally it was Carla Musto who headed it, only to be given back to Dujetts. Battle in midfield. And Long Island will win the throw. A nice crowd here for the USLW game. USL2 matchup between these two teams on the men's side will commence in a little bit. There's a foul, I believe, against Long Island. They'll pull this one back. 13 minutes left for someone to find a winner. And as you mentioned, Sebastian, a tie is much more favorable to Morris Elite, as it would give them first place by themselves in USLW. As this ball is over the top. Ball bouncing. Wrigley trying to get on it. And it will go behind for a corner, as Carla Musto did just enough. Dujetts will come and take this one. From Marist University, looking to provide the third assist of the season for her. Ball's in the area, bouncing around. Ramirez underneath it, but the ball bounced in the hands of Brennan. A good bounce for the Long Island keeper. This one looks like it's bound to be a 0-0, the same scoreline as when the teams first met this summer. As that foul is against Long Island. Matt Landon, the head coach, once again not happy with that call. Thought the foul should have gone the other way. Definitely getting cloudier here, so that's cooling it down maybe a little bit on the field. The sun rays are gone for now, at least.
Like you were saying before, a little bit of a cool down for this game right here. But what will we see in terms of forecast for the men's League 2 game coming up right after this?
Mara's beaten in the 18-yard box to the ball. She made a nice run. Mara, who's transitioned into more of an attacking role, playing a defensively minded game for most. And maybe just a little tiredness shown by Mara there as she's hunched over. The only 3 subs available for Rough Riders are Alexa Vagoda, Emily Rose, and Christina Ducher. As that was a bad tackle. Luckily for Schneider, she looks like she's going to be okay. Ball's out to Mara, gives it up to Buck. Double team, so she tried to give it back and did not work. Schneider, after that tough foul, is back to her feet and back on the ball.
Man, you got to give it to Ramirez here, going after that ball.
Yeah, Ramirez showing a lot of fight as we've hit the under 10-minute mark in this game. Still no substitutions used.
But Ramirez has certainly made a name for herself in this second half.
As Tarek on the ball, makes a turn. Still in the 18-yard box. And outside to Buck, whose cross is towards a player. Kicked away, or punched away, sorry, by Lembrick. And the danger is not fully gone. Little boy. Not sure who the intended target was there, but it's intercepted and just turned right back over. Nice touch there. Bermudez with 2 players in the box decides to go backward instead. Here's the cross opportunity, ball in, and just headed away by Root.
Great read by Morris Elite there.
As we have a substitution for the visitors, Emily Rose is coming in. See what impact the Hofstra senior can make on this game. As Alexa Schneider has come out after that tough challenge that she took about 2 or 3 minutes ago. And Emily Rose's first touch is into the box. And that ball was out before the contact.
Lundbreck restarting this game here. Now, Morris Elite, I mean, you got to get this defense and offense behind each other now. This is, now we're in the final stretch here, the last 8 minutes of this game. We got to do something here.
Last stretch of the game. Is there a winner in this one?
Ironically, could there be another tie?
Both teams will probably rue the chances that they have missed if it does end 0-0, as Long Island have had plenty of offensive chances. A couple of saves by Lembrick. Ramirez has had a plethora of chances in this second half. She had one where the goalie was out of net and missed the target. As Katie Coyle makes a move. Katie Coyle just cannot hold on to that one.
Katie Coyle as well, making her own chances.
And now Mara up for Tarek. Can she get that ball before it goes out? Yes, she can. Bermudez making the run. Ball still in the area and cleared away. But the substitute, Geslau, had to come inside as a center back to clear that ball away. Back and forth. This game is gone in the last 10 or so minutes. Long Island players getting some hydration on the near sideline while the ball is out of play. And that is the veteran captain, Kim Mara, who is over here taking a water break herself. Kim Mara has been with Long Island for a long time, including in the United Women's Soccer League.
Also won MVP last season. So, of course, you know, having that experience, from a kind of player like Kim Mara is very, very essential to have on this team.
Talking about Mara, here she is in the 18-yard box, but she was offside. So 85 minutes played, 5 minutes to go. It's looking likely to be a 0-0.
Right, but can something happen? Never say never, Charlie. Never say never. Something can happen. Maybe a modern miracle? Who knows?
Lauren Wrigley comes to receive that ball. 5 minutes, as you say, is a lot of time, but it seems both teams are a little exhausted as Wrigley's making a run. Did she stay onside? It doesn't matter because they hit the back of Buck. That's a nice job by Mara. Sends it out for Lil Boy to receive. Mara had some nice runs by Bermudez and Tarek, but didn't choose them. As no offside. Bermudez in the box. Bermudez goes down. No call again by the referee.
Hey, at least, you know, on those iffy calls right there, at least you can, maybe there was a call for a penalty, maybe not. At least this official was very consistent in the call. She didn't call the penalties on both of those possible attempts, and she still, you know, makes her decisions how she makes her decisions. She is the ref after all.
A very close decision as Bermudez went down in the 18-yard box. But the referee waving off the shouts from the Long Island bench, much to the relief of the Morris Elite players and bench. You don't want to concede a penalty in the last 5 minutes.
Especially after the 85 minutes you've gone through to keep this score 0-0. Again, Katie Coyle, impressive with the footwork here.
Coyle gets it out to Dujets. Has a runner on the outside, but underhit it. So now Bermudez can come on the counter.
Great idea of a pass from Dujets. Just no person there to take the pass.
Long Island trying to get in the midfield. Ball almost turned over. Now it is. Tarek gets it to the sub, Emily Rose.
Oh.
Wrigley goes down, broken ankles. And it's Bermudez on the ball. Bermudez thought about the shot, now does take it. It's blocked. Still on her feet, and it's finally cleared.
You can already feel the tiredness of the players there. A little bit of a little slowing in pace here. But you know what? This is still a match, again, a match to watch and the match to see in this division.
Lembrick calling her team to go forward. Katie Coyle is onside.
Katie
But
Coyle.
forced outside.
Coyle, the Fighting Irish.
Coyle's cross in. Ramirez is there, but it's cleared away first by Carla Musto. 88 on the clock. Villalva, her cross cleared away, and Bermudez can come on the counter. Up to Mara. Mara makes a turn, but does not have the ball, and Root was fouled.
As you heard the Coach Savino downstairs in the on the bench, just keep playing, she says. Keep playing till your last effort, your last heartbeat. Just got to keep going.
1.5 minutes left on the clock of a 0-0 game that easily could have at least a goal aside, but unlucky so far, as you are seeing the tiredness of the legs. Turnover, Emily Rose, the sub, trying to find a teammate, and she overhit it. Both Mara and Tarek unable to make the run she wanted. Mara's putting pressure on Root. We've reached the 90th, and you would have to imagine there's not much, if any, stoppage time from this referee. If anything, it might only be 1 minute or very, very close to the end.
Oh.
Ramirez tried to get that around Carla Musto, did not. Is there an attack left in this game from either side?
As you could see, the Morris Elite player, Naya Villalva, trying to make sure she doesn't get a call on that challenge.
We're seconds away now from hitting 90 on the clock. Morris Elite turn the ball over. Here's a chance for Long Island on the counter. There's not much left, as Little Boy had to slow it down just a little bit too much, I believe. Here she is on the attack still, out to Bermudez. Her cross in, no one was there for Long Island. We've reached 90 on the clock.
Long Island
Referee saying play on.
Again coming in with a threat here.
Referee has not looked down at her watch yet. As this ball comes in, and it's going to fall to Buck. Buck cannot corral, and it goes out. That might be the last chance of the game. And Morris Elite just got a little lucky there.
Looks like
we still play on. Ramirez on the run. Ramirez might have been fouled there. No advantage played.
Long Island possibly coming in with a sub here.
There's a foul.
There's a substitute getting ready for Long Island. Number 27, Christina Dutcher, looking to get in on this action.
They obviously believe there's enough time left on the clock to make this substitution and maybe have it impact the play.
Coming in for... She could turn around and... Coming in for number 8, Nicole Bermudez.
Service comes in from Morris Elite. Is anyone there? No, it goes out for a goal kick. And that's it for this game. The final 0-0, no goals. for either side despite their great chances. Morris Elite now will jump to first by themselves in the Metro Division. But I wonder if this is a game where they wish they had the other 2 points. Meanwhile, for Long Island, they will sit by themselves in third place at 20 points, 3 points behind Morris Elite. Long Island, they are going to face FA Euro in their next game at home. Finished the season at home against Westchester Flames. Those are the bottom 2 teams in the Metro. Meanwhile, for Morris Elite, they are on the road to face AC Connecticut on Wednesday, and then they're playing Saturday here against Queensboro. That game will decide who wins the Metro Division in USLW. But Sebastian, what did you think of this game? I think it seems like the heat got to both of these teams.
Oh, of course. The heat, obviously, from the sun and the heat from the game. I mean, it was just action all around. Like you said before, it was back and forth. You know, there was, of course, no clear winner, but there was, of course, effort on both sides. I mean, back and forth, offense, defense, whatever you want. Both teams had it all. Of course, you know, there was a little bit of a lack of, you know, a winner here, but you know, it's a great turnout.
Yeah, this was a great game. Had some great chances for both teams. Natalia Ramirez with the biggest chances for Morris Elite in the second half.
Right.
There were a couple of penalty shouts for Long Island Rough Riders. Maybe some controversy. We'll say that they were the right calls by the referee, not calling the penalties. And Long Island themselves had plenty of chances. Little Boy with a shot at the end of the first half that was saved by Lembrick. And then Little Boy again in the second half with a good shot that was also saved by Lembrick. So it ends 0-0 for this game in USLW. Not long until we will come back here on Morris Elite TV as Morris Elite USL2, the men's team, will take on the Long Island Rough Riders. That a meeting of first versus last in the USL2. But we'll be right back in just about an hour or two for that one. And hopefully the weather will hold off.
Hopefully.
We won't have any delays or anything in that one. But saying so long for this USLW broadcast. It's Charlie Brooks alongside Sebastian Bravo. Make sure to tune back in when Morris Elite men take on Long Island Rough Riders. Just fizzled wide of Tarek and almost a poor touch. They do give it away now. Edge of the box. Ball back to Little Boy. She takes the shot in a nice save by Lembrick. And Dujetz is going to make the cross. No one at the far post.
Ooh. Nice high reach right there. Yep. One more time.
Alexa Schneider goes down. Where's the foul? It's outside the box. And we'll have to see if there's any way to get a replay of that. Apparently not for our producer Paul for that replay. Free kick comes in and just over the crossbar. Went for the shot. That was Jordan Ramirez, sorry. Ramirez with the goalie off.
Oh.
Ramirez takes the shot. It's off target.
Oh, wow. No way.
And 2-on-1 on the outside. Gives it up to Dujetz. Dujetz cross. Ramirez shot. Another shot off target by Ramirez.
You know, each unique in their own right.
Turnover shot by Villalba.
Oh.
And Brennan almost hit that into her own net, but was able to pick. And Schneider will go backwards to Little Boy with space. Little Boy takes the shot, and it's pushed over by Lembrick. Goal earlier. Nice pass to Dujetz. Ramirez is in the box. Ramirez just unable to get underneath that ball, and it goes over for a goal kick.